I hate school, I really do. But somehow, I'm still good at it. And while I'm drowning in exams, assignments, and deadlines, I'm also this close to 50K on YouTube while posting reels every single day. Does it sound balanced to you? Because it's not. It's two full-time lives happening at once. So I built a strict, no excuses systems to keep my grades up, keep creating, and keep my life from completely falling apart. Because having a dream is one thing. Managing that dream while real life is still happening, that's a different skill. And I've gotten really good at it. I've gotten really good at surviving my reality while building my dream. So if you think you are ready for the truth, if you think you can handle what really goes on behind the scenes, sit down. Hi bestie, it's Suberry here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about how to get good grades while being a content creator, how to survive school and the pain of creating, how to balance your dream and your reality. Let's get started. Balance by not balancing. I get a lot of questions about how I balance school and YouTube. My answer to that is, I balance my dream and my reality by not balancing them. Okay, that sounds really stupid, but hear me out. Hear me out, bestie. I don't try to balance both at the same time. I separate them. Because when I try to be a YouTuber and a student at the same time, everything gets messy. I start thinking about thumbnails while I'm in class, and then I can't focus on the lecture, so I have to go over everything again later. Such a waste of time. And then when I'm editing, I can't fully focus on that either because I'm thinking about assignments. Such a waste of time. It's not efficient at all. I was just wasting time. So I split myself into two modes, Suin and Suberry. Suin is the student. That version of me goes to class, listens, takes notes, and gets the academic stuff done. Suberry is the content creator. That version of me films, posts, edits, and builds the life I want. And I'm very serious about not mixing the two. When I'm in student mode, I don't think about YouTube at all. I only focus on uni and gets the work done fast. And when I'm in YouTuber mode, I completely forget about uni. I only focus on my content. Trying to be both at the same time is what burns you out. So instead of asking, what do I need to do right now? I ask, who do I need to be right now? Suin or Suberry? A student or a YouTuber? That question is the key. And I also know where my energy needs to go. I don't give 100% to everything. That's the fastest way to burn out. My philosophy, if you're doing everything, you're doing nothing. So I split my energy strategically. About 70% goes to content creation. About 30% goes to school. And yes, obviously YouTube is the 70 because being a student is my reality. But creating content is my dream. So that's where I put most of my time and energy to make this work, to make my dream come true. But just because I hate school, doesn't mean I ditch it. I don't live like that. I get stressed. I want to drop out all the time. I have zero motivation, but I still do it. And I still do it very well. My grades are proof of that. You can't live your life only doing what you want. You also have to learn how to do the things you don't want to do. But I don't even feel guilty for hating school. I know I always talk about positive mindset and all this stuff, but when it comes to uni, I just can't be positive. I tried, but it made me feel so stupid, like some part of my brain was just broken. So I decided to be super honest with myself. I hate it, but that's it. That's where it ends. I still show up. And I still do it well because uni was my decision and I'm trying to be responsible for that. So now you get what I mean by balance by not balancing. That's how I protect my dream while still surviving my reality. And once I separate those two sides of my life, the next step is keeping uni from taking up too much of my time. Which brings us to the next chapter. Study lazy but smart. I hate sitting down to study. Like, if it's something connected to my dreams or something I'm interested in, I could sit there and learn all day. But this whole uni thing, it's just not my thing. Absolutely zero interest. There are just so many unnecessary classes you have to take just to meet the requirements for graduation, and that drives me crazy. So I give myself a very limited amount of time for school stuff. And because that time is limited, I have to be really efficient with it. So I started asking myself, how can I memorize all the lecture material in the shortest amount of time? And that's how I came up with my rule of 3. Basically, I review it 3 times a day using those little pockets of time I have. After a lecture, I go over my notes once right after class, once on a bus or subway home, and once again when I get home. So basically, I'm seeing that day's lecture 3 times in total, and that works way better than just sitting at my desk for hours trying to memorize everything at once. Looking at it in short, repeated rounds like this makes it so much easier to remember, and research supports that too. That kind of spaced repetition helps things stick long term. So basically, I'm giving my brain multiple chances to lock the information in. I really love using those little in-between moments because I do not want to go home, spend hours going over some boringest material again. I'd much rather use the time to create content. So instead, I use those gap times for studying. And most of the time, that works. But let's be real, there are always those few concepts that still refuse to stick no matter how many times you look at them. And when that happens, I don't waste hours trying to force it. I use a completely different trick, the memorizing trick that works overnight. If you just can't memorize something, read it right before you fall asleep. You can memorize literally anything with this method. There are always a few words, concepts, topics, whatever, that just refuse to stay in your brain. Like, no matter how long you stare at them, they just won't stick. I've had so many of those. So I mark them and I look at them right before I fall asleep. Then somehow, by the next morning, it's in my head. This is a method I figured out on my own when I was like 8 years old, and I still use it to this day. And this works every single time. It kind of reminds me of Neville Goddard's SATS technique. Basically, the idea is that if you visualize something as you're falling asleep, it becomes your reality. But this is just a memorization trick, so you don't have to visualize anything. You literally just look at it, read it, and fall asleep. That's it. This is a life-changing tip. Please try this and let me know if it works for you too. So yeah, that's how I memorize hard, complicated things without wasting time. I just read them before bed, literally in my bed. And then by the next morning, every single word is in my head. It saves me so much time. Those are my academic survivor tricks. Now, let's talk about the fun part of my life, which is content creation. Because if school is the part I have to survive, content is the part I enjoy so freaking much. It makes me feel like a little kid running around a huge playground. Next, turn doom scrolling into smart scrolling. Let doom scrolling works for you. Let them. I feel like everyone only talks about the bad side of doom scrolling. Oh, it's a waste of time. It makes you dumb. It kills your focus, all of that. And honestly, I agree. But doom scrolling can also be one of the fastest way to get inspired if you do it with intention. That's the key. You're not scrolling for no reason. You're scrolling on purpose. There's already so much brilliant content on social media. So many amazing creators have spent hours struggling through the pain of creating just to make something good. The best part is you can get ideas and inspo from all of that for free with just a few taps. Doom scroll for your goals, not just for fun. Of course, there's nothing wrong with scrolling for fun, but a diva doesn't really have time for that. A diva is too busy building her dream life. She uses every minute wisely. So I use doom scrolling as a source of inspo. I get so many good ideas from it. Helpful content, creative design ideas, and cool editing styles. I made a collection called YouTube Inspo where I save every piece of content that inspires me. So whenever I need a fresh idea or want to make something more unique, I go back to that collection and look through it. So I take the idea, twist it, and make it work in my own way. And I do this in my little in-between moments too. Like when I'm doing gua sha for 10 minutes, or stretching for 10 minutes, or taking a short break after editing. I use these tiny pockets of time. And once you start scrolling with intention, it stops being doom scrolling. It becomes smart scrolling. Because every time you engage with content that matches your goals or your interests, the algorithm starts learning that. And then it keeps feeding you more things that actually help you. So over time, you end up getting better and better ideas. So stop doom scrolling. Start smart scrolling. Next, find your most brilliant time. For me, that time is in the morning. I'm 100% a morning person. That's when I have the most energy, most creativity, and the clearest mind. So I use my mornings to come up with most of my content in my head. When I wake up, I change into my workout clothes right away, do about 10 to 15 minutes of ab workouts, and then go out for a 30-minute morning run. I don't run the whole time though. I usually mix it with walking, just moving my body first thing in the morning, listening to music I love, and getting some fresh air really wakes my brain up and helps me come up with content ideas. But I don't run every day. Some weeks, I feel amazing, so I run all week. Other weeks, I'm exhausted, so I skip a run. There are weeks when I run 4 times, 5 times, or just 3. But the important thing is, I stay consistent. I've been doing this for 4 months now, and I haven't quit. And I do abs 6 days a week, except Sunday. That part never changes. Even if I skip the run, I still do my abs. Then, after that, I shower. That's when I start turning those ideas into something more specific. And while I'm showering, I always listen to this one song. It's Beautiful Love by Bill Evans. Why? Because when you have a specific kind of music you always listen to when you need to focus, it becomes way easier to get in the zone. It's like Pavlov's dog. You hear the bell, and your brain already knows what's coming. The second I hear the song, creative mode turns on automatically. And the reason I picked this one is because I've been listening to it since I was 18, so it feels really comforting to me. I also love jazz, so it perfectly fits my vibe. And after organizing my ideas in the shower, I sit down with coffee and write everything out more clearly in Notion. That's how I use the most creative time of my day. So if you're more of a night person, do your creative work or your most important work during that time. This really depends on the person, so you have to test it out for yourself and figure it out. Like, I used to watch Yura Jung's vlogs a lot when I was studying English, and she's basically the queen of pulling all-nighters. I watched her pull all-nighters so many times, and she's really good at it. But I could never do that. My brain and my eyes just shut down after 11 p.m. I need to be in bed. I need to be asleep. But the way she does it, pulling all-nighters, staying productive, and still functioning is mesmerizing. So everyone has their own strength. You just have to find yours and use it well. Next, one thing at a damn time. I have separate days for content planning and filming. Honestly, my dream routine would be just to wake up, do my makeup, do my hair, look cute, make videos, edit them, and post them. But uni gets in the way, and I just don't have the time or energy to do all of that every single day. So I started separating my filming days from content planning days. Usually I spend about 3 to 4 days a week just brainstorming content, working on scripts or editing, and then I batch all my filming into 1 or 2 days. On my content planning days, I don't worry about camera angles, lighting, or makeup. I only focus on what content I should be working on right now, or how can I make this better. That's where all my energy goes. And I don't do a full face of makeup either. I just put on some sunscreen, a little bit of blush, and a lip balm. That's it. Because doing my makeup and hair takes a lot of time. But on filming days, I do take my time with my hair and with my makeup. I change into cute clothes, and then I batch film all the ideas I came up with over this few days. I already have all the concepts and scripts in my head, so I can film really fast. Separating filming days from my content planning days makes everything so much easier and way more efficient. Just like I have student mode and YouTuber mode, even inside YouTuber mode, I break it down even more. Filming mode and content planning mode. And on Sundays, I don't do anything related to school or YouTube because that's my rest day. That's the day I spend time with my boyfriend. We go for drives, watch movies, go to concerts, go to museums, or cook something nice together. That's how I keep my relationship, my grades, and my content all going at the same time. This is how I balance my dream and my reality. Alright guys, I hope this video gave you something valuable and I hope my lifestyle inspired you. And if these are the kinds of videos you've been looking for, I have a lot more videos where I talk about self-improvement, confidence, and manifestation, so go check those out too. I also have this Betty mantra video, studying with me video, and a playlist where I upload my daily vlogs, so enjoy. I'm also super active on Instagram and I post different kinds of reels there every single day, so don't forget to follow me there too. I love you all and I'll see you in my next video. Danke fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns im nächsten Video. Tschüss, tschüss!